Ms. Legalista here, aka Attorney Sheila, bringing you information that you have probably already heard about, but I wanted to make sure that this conversation about it. This it's another opportunity for people to grab your bag away from you, get data, get your info, all of the things that you need to keep private. Yeah, there are people out there trying to get that.
Yeah.
The FCC and the FBI, I think it's Denver office, recently shared some information about juice jacking. Maybe I heard this before. Apparently, this was a term that came out around 2019. But when I did some research, it looks like it goes to 2003, as early as 20 years ago. Maybe it was referencing something else. I don't know. But we are going to go to CC's website so that we can check this out and talk a little bit about it, because one of the questions that has come up is this really a thing? There's all this talk about it. I'm going to do a Google search so we can see. There's all this talk about it, but is this even happening? Let's check out the website, the FCC. Let's see what they have to say about this. Okay, planning to travel. No doubt you'll have your cell phone or another portable device and you'll need to recharge it at some point. So they are saying you could be the victim of juice jacking, yet another cyber theft tactic, because apparently bad actors can load malware onto public USB charging stations to maliciously access electronic devices while they're being charged. And so it looks like it needs to be the USB port, the USB port. And it says here they can export personal data and password directly to the perpetrator. Now, notice that it says they can lock a device also. That's there. And all this is around, again, not seeing a whole lot of information, a whole lot of stories about this having been done. It says criminals can then use that information to access online accounts or sell it to other bad actors. You'll find your information on the dark web with other people taking a look at it. It says in some cases, criminals may, again, that's sounding to me like they don't really have any evidence of this having happened, but as they're thinking cyber theft, this is something that may happen. In some cases, criminals may have intentionally left cables plugged in at charging stations. There have even been reports of infected cables being given away as promotional gifts. Okay, so now we even have to worry about someone us one. All right, so what can you do? They've got a list here. Avoid using a public USB charging station. Use an AC power instead. So bring your old plug-in standby and use that instead. And when they're talking about the public places, think about all of the places that you go to for this. All of the places that you go to, not just, I think one of the things they first started talking about was hotels and airports, because especially in air, you're already fighting to get a seat, right? You're waiting for that last group to get on the plane so that you can get a better seat. When it's your turn to get on, you're there and ready and up front. And you want to get a seat that's next to a spot where you can plug it in. So you have airports. That's one of the main places they're talking about. Shopping centers, another place that they're talking about. Hotels, hotel lobbies. I go to out of town meetings all the time, and you can see us just hanging out and working. Everybody's got their laptop open and plugged in, So, hey, we're using phones in those same spaces too. Airports, shopping centers, hotels, convention centers, libraries, all of these things, places now that you have to think about that someone might have left this charging cord there for you just to infect your phone and get your personal information. Let me go back to this site and see what else they're saying. Bring AC, car chargers, and your own USB cables. Whoops. With you when traveling. Carry a portable charger or external battery. Consider carrying a charging only cable, which prevents data from sending or receiving while and you want to get this from a trusted supplier. Because remember, I said they just said they're giving them away already. Dirty devices headed your way. If you plug your device into a USB port and a prompt appears asking you to select share data or charge only, always select charge only. And watch out for public Wi-Fi networks. So this is what literally has been going out over the last few days. And I'm telling you, as I looked to try to find stories, I really could not. I couldn't find a single one where they talked about having had some experience of juice jacking occur with their phone. I just seen it. I haven't seen it, but I want to pull it up. Let's see. I did a Google search here, just see what would happen when I put in juice jacking. This is what I put in juice jacking. So you've got the FCC, which is what we just covered. You've got top stories. FBI warns against using public USB chargers. You've got Fox News, MTW, Snopes. That's the one we should read. How serious is the security threat of jacking? You've got Wikipedia with their definition of it. This is where I was talking about this trend data over here with it as a key going back to 2003. How serious is it? What is juice jacking? Think twice before using public USB. This is from Washington Post. FBI says public phone charges may put your data at risk. FBI alert about hidden dangers at phone charging stations. Axios, malware bites, tech target. Everybody's talking about it. Look, you can see it. You can see what it is, how it works, and how to avoid it. Even the U.S. Army has issued a fact on this. But maybe I really want to go back to this Snopes one and do some fact checking here. How serious is the security threat of juice jacking? The FBI's Denver office and the FCC reissued warnings. Now, they had issued these before, reissued warnings about juice jacking early April. So like I said, they've been talking about this for a few days now. Cyber criminals are using public USB ports, places like ports and hotels to introduce malware and monitoring software onto users' devices, posing a serious security threat. Okay, rating mixture. What's true? According to government agencies, juice packing is a real security threat. What's undetermined, while it is technically possible for criminals to steal information and or install malware via public USB ports, no evidence has presented that the practice is widespread. Yeah. So if you're thinking about the scams and frauds and different things that are going on, really, this is something easy that you can say, yeah, okay, I'll put that on my list of things to be aware of. In terms of priorities, though, it's not one of the ones I'm telling you to make sure, when you're thinking about all of these things, it's just something to keep in mind going forward. I'm going to be talking about more fraud and scams, more people trying to take your bag away from you, hijack personal information, take your money, get you to give them your money. I'm going to be talking about a little bit more about that. Hope this video has gone well for you. I am trying again with my microphone. I've been having microphone issues. I really have. So I've got my microphone here. I've turned it. I've done some funky stuff with it to try to make sure I'm having any more static, which you guys, I totally had to redo videos before because there was this issue. My laptop was overheating, so the fan was going in the background. So I've switched from the laptop to the Surface. Then I started having it go in and out my last video. So I'm totally struggling here, but I've made some changes here on this one. We're going if that works. Hopefully it does. But just keep this in mind when you're out and about traveling about using USB public. Just put it on your list, something to think about, because it sounds like other people are thinking about it too. All right, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you got information about this. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.